right, guys, here we go. Let's go ahead and let's fill them up, fill them up, fill them up, fill them up. Let's clean them out, clean them out, clean them out, clean them out. Down and quiet. 45-minute Pro Nitro Truggy A-Main. Hold on, baby Jesus. 7 pound, 11 ounce, same weight as me. Here we go. We'll let 2 laps in, let everybody sort it out, and I'll call you. Oh, we already got some turtles. I'm simply using this to get rid of my headache. Yeah.
44 minutes left.
If I sit down, I'm going to get too comfortable. Whichever one is more. Which one do you prefer? That one hurts my back. Oh, yeah, no, I like medicine. Yeah, yeah. That's a Jacob chair. You like Chuck here? Yeah, see? All right, so after 3 laps, we got Mr. Tessmann in the X-Ray XT8.2, leading the way with Spencer Rivkin in the RC8 T3.1. And then we have the Agama Truggy of Ryan Lutz, followed by the S-Works Truggy of Cavalieri, Joe Bornhorst in the Techno ET48.3, rounding out the top 5. Brunson in the Associated. Your TQ, Dakotah Phend, after a rough start, going to wind up in the number 7 spot in the Losi. Kosciuszek in the AE in the number 8. Tebo in the Techno, number 9. Fuller in the Losi in the number 10. Boggs in the Associated, number 11. Jonathan Burkhalter in the Associated, running in 12. Evan Vail Associated in the 13. Heckert Hot Bodies in the 14. Hunter LaFlower in the Mugen, rounding out our field. But it is very early on, gentlemen. We are only 2.5 down with 42:30 to go. So right now, the tightest battle on the track is going to be between Cavalieri and Bornhorst for that number 4 spot. Trying to keep it tight. Cavalieri in the Casper paint job, S-Works. Bornhorst in his traditional yellow and red Techno. Going into the off-camber, into the bowl section now. Bornhorst trying to keep his lines tight. Cavalieri trying to keep his lines tight, closing every door that he can as they come down the straightaway. Working together, they can catch the other 3. It appears Joe has more speed in the turns. Cavalieri's got more speed in the straights. Compensate for each other clearly. It appears working together, they are catching the top 3. Bornhorst has the hot lap of the race so far with a 26 flat. Cavalieri going to swing wide in the top left corner. Bornhorst to the inside for the number 4 spot. So Bornhorst now going to try and chase down number 3 of Ryan Lutz. Into the S-turn they go. Cavalieri is not going to give up. He's going to follow Joe. Meanwhile, it is Tessmann in the X-ray starting to stretch out. Rivkin following in hot pursuit in the Associated. Lutz in the Agama with Bornhorst slowly closing in the Techno, and Cavalieri in the S-Works. So tire-wise, it is Proline leading J Concepts, a.k.a. Proline and
left.
J Concepts. Hunter LaFlower, those are the leaders coming up on you, sir. New hot lap, Joe Bornhorst, 25.6. That time by. So he is reeling in the top three, coming on hard. There's LaFlower right in front of him. Hunter's going to swing wide. Thank you, sir. So he is closing in on the back door of Lutz and Rivkin now, coming down the straightaway. Into the back double-double. He is staying low on the jumps, taking every advantage of the speed on the ground. So I've always said you're a lot faster on the ground than you are in the air. Oh, and Lutz going to get it wrong in the mandatory blowout session. So Bornhorst now to the 3. So now he's setting his sights on Rivkin. Rivkin's got Jonathan Burkhalter right in front of him, his associated teammate. Oh, Rivkin going to get it wrong on the inside. Bornhorst now to the 2. So now Lutz is going to, oh, Bornhorst going to get it wrong in the rumble strip. Rivkin checking up. It's going to allow Lutz to the inside. Lutz trying to look to the inside of Bornhorst. Bornhorst going to shut the door. Going into the S section right there. Coming down the straightaway. It's Bornhorst, Lutz, and Rivkin. 2, 3, and 4 going over the bat double. So Bornhorst right in front of his former Techno teammate, now with a Gamma, Ryan Lutz. Oh, Bornhorst getting on 2 wheels on the off camber. They are battling. Rivkin trying to stay with him. They are all 3 of them pushing hard, but Cavalieri now trying to close the gap on them in the number 5 spot. But right now we are at 7:30 down with 37:30 to go. Right now your full running order. It is Tessmann, Bornhorst, Lutz, Rivkin, Cavalieri, top 5. Kosciuszek, Phend, Tebo, Boggs, Brunson, top 10. Vail, Fuller, Heckert, LaFlower, Burkhalter round out the field. So pit stops should be cycling through here really soon. As Bornhorst, Lutz, and Rivkin, 2, 3, and 4 going over the tabletop now in the infield. Into the washboard section they go. Through the off camber as pit stops are cycling through. Let's see which of the 3 is going to come in first. Bornhorst going to come in first. Left. Red grabs him, Matt fuels him, and away he goes. Very quick stop. Red catches, Matt fuels. Matt says, I'm better with the gun. So Bornhorst going to come out in the number 5 spot, right behind Cavalieri. So Lutz, Rivkin, and Cavalieri still have to come in for fuel. Lutz is going to stay out. Rivkin's going to stay out. And Cavalieri's going to stay out. So they're going to stretch their fuel stops. They're at 8.5 down, 36:30 to go. Once again, guys, friendly reminder, pit crew only in pit lane. Pit crew only in pit lane. Pit crew only in pit lane. No spectators, guys. Pit crew only in pit lane. No spectators. And it looks like, who is that into the pits? That is Rivkin in and out of the pits. The king giving him a quick drink. In and out he goes. And he's going to come right out in front of Cavalieri. I don't believe Ryan has come in for fuel yet. Lutz has yet to come in for fuel. I believe Tessmann has already come in for fuel. He had a 31-second lap. So Mr. Gord has already topped him off.
Ryan just got fuel. Cavalieri did?
Oh, so Lutz has already come in for fuel, so this will be his long lap.
35 minutes left.
So right now, Joe Bornhorst really closing the gap on our leader, Ty Tessmann, 4.2 seconds, but he's still got a back door full of Lutz. Coming down the straightaway, the gap last time between Tessmann and Bornhorst, 4.2. It's still 4.2, but he did make up 3/300ths of a second. Tessmann's working on the back of Burkhalter. Burkhalter swings wide. Next truck in line will be Jackson Brunson. That is Tessmann right behind you, Jackson. Jackson's going to swing wide. Very good,
34
sir.
minutes left.
11 down, 34 to go. Drivers 11 down, 34 to go. So the top five starting to spread out from each other.
33 minutes left.
12 down, 33 to go. 12 down, 33 to go.
Thirty-two minutes left.
All right, guys, 13 down, 32 to go. 13 down, 32 to go. Oh, Lutz and Bornhorst now for the battle. Lutz now with the advantage. Bornhorst right behind him. As they come down the straightaway now, into the top left corner, Lutz, white, pink, and blue. Bornhorst, yellow and red. Agama versus Tetno. Through the washboard section. AKA versus Proline. Bullet versus Block. Both within the OS family. Bornhorst cutting the corners close. Dukes a hazard mode in each corner, two-wheeling it. Trying to find that line. Oh, there he goes again. Who needs turns? Where we're going, we don't need turns. So now Rivkin closing the gap.
6 seconds, so Rivkin making up a lot of time on Joe.
Oh, and Cavalieri flames out on the back double-double. Cavalieri flaming out.
30 minutes left.
15 down, 30 to go. 15 down, 30 to go. That's really going to shake it up. So that's going to move Kosciuszek now up into the top 5. Look ahead, pit lane exit. So Kosciuszek now moving up into the top. No, Alex is actually in the number 7, so Tebo actually looks like he's 5th. Yep, it's Tebo, Phend, and Kosciuszek, 5, 6, and 7. So Tebo coming down the straightaway with Burkhalter in between him and Phend. Yep, Kosciuszek in the 5, Tebo in the 6, Phend in the 7. So that gap, about 2.5 seconds in between those 3. So Alex in the yellow, orange, and red associated coming down the straightaway now. The Wizard out in front of Tebo and Phend. Phend having a rough start from pole, having to climb back up. But it is now Tessmann, Lutz, and Rivkin. Rivkin only 1.3 behind Lutz now. So now Lutz having to deal with a little bit of traffic.
28 minutes left.
Let me see Cavalieri getting restarted, but he's going to be at the bottom of the field. Unfortunate for Cav. He's got the strength and the endurance, and he's got the time, so I'm sure he will be able to make it up. Let's see how far he can climb. So Lutz and Rivkin now doing battle for that number 2 spot. Lutz going through the washboard, Rivkin through the washboard. So it is now Agama versus Associated. Going past, staging down the front straightaway.
"27 minutes left.
So now it is Lutz and Rivkin. 1 and 2. Tessmann down to the 3. Tessmann having a 41.4. He may have gotten fuel and flamed out in the pits. I'm not sure. That was an extra long lap. I know Mr. Gord fuels faster than that, so something had to happen. But again, Ty is another one. He has the strength, endurance, and time to make it up. So 20 down, 25 to go, drivers. We're almost halfway. 20 down, 25 to go. So now Lutz out front. Spencer to the number 2. But Ty closing the gap back, only 1.9 back. Fastest laps, Lutz 25.9, Rivkin 25.6, Tessmann 25.9. Last time by, Lutz with a 26.1, Rivkin 26.3, Tessmann 26.2. So they are all right there. They're working their way through traffic. Tessmann's going to have to deal with Fuller, Heckert, and LaFleur.
25 minutes left.
We are 20 down, 25 to go now. 20 down, 25 to go. Oh, good save. Here we go. So now they got clear traffic ahead. Lutz, Rivkin, and Tessmann all going into the bowl. Through the double-double they go. Next car ahead of the leader, I believe that will be Blake Boggs. You got the top three coming up on you, Blake. Blake's going to let Lutz and Rivkin go. And then Tessmann's going to be right behind them.
24 minutes left.
21 down, 24 to go, drivers. 21 down, 24 to go. Race number 35, Pro Nitro Truggy A main. This is the best not only in the nation, but the best on the continent, if not the best in the world right here. Representing all kind of different chassis, different engines, different tires, different electronics, different families. These are good, decent people showing off their talents. Just doing toy car things with their toy car friends. So now Tessmann closing the gap now on Rivkin for that number 2 spot. Going down the straightaway. Into the top left corner they go, double-double. Spencer and Ty going over to
left.
the tabletop right there. Ty not over jumping anymore. Going into the top left corner, they're going to be coming up on Jackson Brunson. Spencer and Ty. Ty going a little wide there in the top left corner, having to save it from the dust. Jackson's going to go wide, be respectful. Ty's going to send it over that tabletop, trying to make up a little bit of ground. Spencer's pushing hard. Ty's going through that mandatory blowout section like it's nothing, just jumping over it like, excuse me? Going over that top left corner as Lutz having to deal with the Wizard. The Wizard's going to swing wide. So the next car that Lutz is going to have to get around, it will be Dakotah Phend.
22 minutes left.
23 down, 22 to go. So we are beyond halfway. 23 down, 22 to go. So the gap that time by was half a second. Spencer's last lap, 26.07. Tessmann, 26.03. So the Wizard also swinging wide for his teammate, Rivkin. Tessmann going through that mandatory blowout section, jumping over the whole thing. Spencer having to check up. Here they come down the straightaway, closing the gap. A quarter of a second between them now as Tessmann really putting the pressure now on Spencer. Spencer almost washing out, fishtailing in front of Ty, making that truck 10 feet wide. Oh, and Spencer's going to try to roll coming out of the bowl. Corey Brown right there to save him as a turn marshal. So now Tessmann going to be out into the second spot. Now he's going to make a 2.3 up on Lutz as Lutz now making his way up and over the tabletop. But now Spencer is about to get some company in the form of Joe Bornhorst, who is now only 1.1 seconds back from him. But I believe Joe is coming for fuel. Last lap was a 26.4. This time by Joe had a 31.7. Not sure if he came in for fuel or just had a bobble. Based on his lap times, I believe that was a fuel stop. So right now with 25 down, 20 to go, your full running order. Ryan Lutz, your leader. Ty Tessmann in the number 2 spot. Spencer Rivkin, Joe Bornhorst, Jared Tebo, your top 5. Dakotah Phend, Alex Kosciuszek, Mason Fuller, Evan Vail, Spencer Heckert, your top 10. Jackson Brunson, Hunter LaFleur, Ryan Cavalieri, Jonathan Burkhalter, Blake Boggs round out your field. So right now, only the top 5 are still on the lead lap. Dakotah Phend in the number 6 spot is the first car 1 lap down. Jared Tebo in the number 5 spot is the last car on the lead lap as he comes down the straightaway. Bornhorst Lutz not too far behind him. So now Tessmann closing the gap now on Lutz. Lutz having to work his way through traffic. Hunter LaFleur right in front of him. That is the leader. Hunter's going to swing a little bit wide. Tessmann's going to be right behind him, Hunter. Hunter's going to swing wide. Thank you, sir. So now Tessmann breathing on the back door of Lutz, coming back toward the line, squeezing half a second off. So now it's only half a second between them. Going on to the bat double-double. Next car in front of them will be Evan Vail. Going through the washboard section. Lutz in the Agama. Tessmann in the X-ray. Through the mandatory blowout section, both of them jumping over it. Tessmann having to check up just a little bit, but doesn't lose that much time. Coming down the straightaway they go. Tessmann comes in for a quick drink. Mr. Gord fuels him up, and away they go. Mr. Gord actually catches him, Tanner Stees, with the drinking gun. So great teamwork by the X-ray team.
18 minutes left.
27 down, 18 to go. Drivers 27 down and 18 to go. So Ryan Lutz now in for fuel. Let's see how quick see how quick Billy Tylaska could get him out. So Lutz is able to hold on to the lead, just barely. Tessmann having to work around Dakotah Phend. Next car is going to be in front of him is going to be Cavalieri. Cavalieri having an unfortunate flame out early on, having to make up some ground. Cavalieri has actually climbed up to 12th. He's only 5.2 seconds back from 11th, which is Spencer Heckert. So Tessmann's actually got 2 cars in between him. He has Evan Vail and Ryan Cavalieri in between them.
17
Vail's
minutes
going to
left.
swing wide. 28 down, 17 to go. Drivers 28 down, 17 to go. Tessmann 2.2 back. Rivkin only 1.4. So Spencer trying to get back in on the action. So Spencer, the number 3 truck, with Evan Vail in between them. So he's got his associated teammate. Oh, and Spencer almost traction rolls again coming out of that bowl. Pushing really, really hard, having to check up. He saves it this time. Oh, Burkhalter getting hung up on the pipe, getting around his associated teammate, going above and beyond, helping his fellow teammate. So Lutz, your leader, coming down the straightaway. You got Tessmann only 2.1 back. They've got a Cavalieri sandwich in between them. Lutz and Tessmann 2.1 gap last time by. Lutz with a 26.2, Tessmann with a 26 flat. Rivkin last time by 27.1. Bornhorst only 4.3 back. Shane Barrier, timing and scoring, please. Shane Barrier, timing and scoring, please. So Ty Tessmann closing the gap now, 1.9.
15 minutes left.
Do you have some fuel for Chris Vail? All right, so we are 31 down, 14 to go, drivers.
14 minutes
Ryan
left.
Lutz just busted off his last lap, the fastest lap of the race so far, 25.4 on lap 68. So Ryan Lutz still 2.1 ahead of Tessmann. They're charging hard. Lutz having to bust out his fastest lap, holding off Ty. So Agama of Lutz, bullet power, trying to push through some traffic. Burkhalter's going to swing wide. Going to have to deal with the watermelon.
13 minutes left.
Up Brunson here shortly. Brunson's going to swing wide at the end of the straightaway. Also, Mason Fuller going to swing wide. That is going to be the closest battle on the track. 1.2 seconds between Tessmann and Lutz. Rivkin falling back a little bit, 6.5. Another 9.2 back to Bornhorst, 6.6 back to Tebo. That is the top five. Tebo has a 20.4 second advantage for that final podium position ahead of your TQ, Dakotah Phend.
$12 minutes left.
So it looks like the first casualty of this race about 20 minutes ago was Mr. Hunter LaFlower. Still, congratulations on making the A main and Pro Truggy, bumping up from the B main. My former low C teammate from years ago still showing that he's got it. So right now with 33:30 down and 11:30 to go, it is still the Ryan Lutz show. But let me tell you, he has got a rear view mirror full of that white and purple XT 8.2 of Ty Tessmann. So Blake Boggs going out of his way to let the leaders pass, ending up in the infield. He's just going to wait there, let the leaders pass, and then hop the pipe. Confusing the heck out of Cole Cabry, but he's like, nah, it's still running. He's got it. Just like an elderly person, I can do it myself. So once again, friendly reminder, if you are not part of a pit crew, do not be in pit lane, just to keep the congestion down. If you are not part of a pit crew, please do not be in pit lane. You've got to keep the congestion down in there. So we are coming up on the final 10 minutes, almost 35 down with 10 minutes to go. Looks like we're going to be able to finish this race, this program out today, and go to Waffle House with some daylight left. Woohoo!
10 minutes left.
35 down, 10 to go, drivers. 35 down, 10 to go. So Tessmann still holding on to that 1.1 gap. He's not giving up. It's right there. Oh, and it looks like Kosciuszek, another casualty in this long race. The Wizard putting up a good fight, starting from number 6 on the grid. So now the close battle. Tessmann really closing the door now. Closing the gap, excuse me, on Lutz, going over the tabletop, putting the pressure on that Agama. The X-ray, having X-ray vision. Yes, that was my like 9th dad joke of the weekend. That's far exceeded my quota. So Ty coming in for fuel. Gord catches, Tanner fuels.
9 minutes left.
Oh, and Ty flames out. It bogs down. Mr. Gord igniting him, gets him restarted, and away he goes. It just bogs down right there. So he's going to have to make up just a little bit of time. But he had a 15-second advantage up on Rivkin, so he's going to hold on to second place. But the new battle now is going to be for that number 3 spot. Going into the mandatory blowout section, it's going to be Rivkin and Bornhorst coming by staging. Down the front straightaway they go. Spencer and Bornhorst, 1.6 is the gap. Over the bat double-double. Spencer in his new white and blue daytime, nighttime paint job. With Bornhorst in his yellow with black middle and red. So Spencer's going to be coming up on the back door of Heckert and Cavalieri. That is also a battle for position. That's the battle for 9th. So the battle for 3rd coming up on the battle for 9th. Every battle is a battle. Every position counts in this A main with 37:30 down and only 7:30 to go. So we might be seeing those final pit stops as Mason Fuller comes in for fuel. Kevin Abbott catches, and Papa Mike fills him up, and away he goes. Tell you what, if anybody deserves the Ironman Award this weekend, it is Mike Fuller, having to work on 6 cars this weekend, 4 of them being nitros. I'm telling you, Caden and Mason better use their allowance and buy that man a steak dinner.
7 minutes left.
So we are 38 down with 7 to go, drivers. 38 down with 7 to go. So Ty, even with that flame out. Oh, Jackson Brunson, flame out, pit lane exit. Jackson Brunson, flame out, pit lane exit. So Bornhorst now all over the back door of Rivkin. 0.4 is the gap now, with Mason Fuller at the tail end of that. But Fuller is 2 laps down to that battle. As Bornhorst now breathing on the back door of Rivkin. That is for the 3rd position. Going through the mandatory blowout section. Top right-hand corner, S-turn. Down, staging, down the front straightaway. Looks like Bornhorst going to swing wide, come in for fuel. Red catches him. Matt fuels him. And away he goes. With just 6 minutes to go.
Left.
That block motor should be good to go. Tell you what, the Alabama heat within this arena reminds me a lot of the Fuel Nationals last year in Lake City, Florida. That heat and that humidity was a big factor in fuel mileage last year, cutting off at least 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes of normal fuel mileage for these racers in buggy, not just truggy, but buggy, making them thirsty as all can be. So Ty Tessmann is now on lap 90, but back on lap 84 just turned his personal best of a 25.5. So Ty definitely trying to make up for lost time in that last flame out, and he has. He's only 3.1 back from Lutz. Going through the mandatory blowout section as Lutz comes by staging, coming down the straightaway. So Lutz's last lap, 26.4. Tessmann bats it up 25.8. So Tessmann definitely is making up ground as Lutz goes over the tabletop. He's going to be coming up on the back door of Boggs and Phend. We are 40 down with just under 5 minutes to go. Caution, bat double. Take it inside. Clear. Whoa, Blake swinging wide, about to take Chapman's legs off. Robert's like, the last thing I'm going to do is jump. I ain't even jumping for joy. I'm just going to raise my arms and kill everyone with since my deodorant wore out. It's good, though. You smell like success. Success is slightly stinky, but that's success. So Tessmann only 2.5 back to Lutz now. Let's see next time they come by. Lutz making his way into the off-camber. Tessmann now into the off-camber. Tessmann going to have to get around Burkhalter and Phend. As now Lutz on the back door of Tebo. Tebo, starting from the number 10 spot, has made his way into the top 5. But he's got to make up 8.7 seconds if he wants to catch his techno teammate of Joe Bornhorst for that number 4 spot. So Tebo going to swing wide and let Lutz by. But Burkhalter going to swing wide and let Tessmann by. So Tessmann, next car he's got to get around will be Dakotah Phend. So once Tessmann gets on the back door, I'm sure Dakotah will swing wide. With just 3 minutes to go, Tessmann
3 minutes
slowly
left.
reeling Lutz back in. Let's see what Lutz's lap time is this time. 26.1. Ty's going to come by the line. 26 flat. 2.4 is the gap. So Dakotah going to swing wide and let Ty get by. So Lutz with clear track in front of him is going to open it up. Ty's got a little bit of clear track in front of him. Next car he's got to get around is going to be Tebo. So as soon as he catches it, Ty trying to jump over mandatory blowout section, nosediving a little bit, going to push out. But he didn't lose much ground. He gained 0.3. So just over 2 minutes to go. 43 down and 2 minutes to go. Down the straightaway comes Lutz, this time by 26.2. Tessmann with a 26.1. He gained another 10th. So Tessmann slowly reeling him in. But does he have enough time with only 1:45 to go? Slowly chipping away, but he's still got to make up 2 seconds. The tenths aren't going to do it. He's got to gain a couple more tenths to do it. He's making that mandatory blowout section good. Tebo's going to swing wide, give him all the room he needs. So Tessmann's really going to open it up. That time he gained half a second, so now it's 1.5. So now Ty's going to really open it up. Lutz is going to have to get around Mason Fuller now. Mason's going to really swing wide. And now he's going to have Tessmann in Mason's back window. There we go. Good job, Mason. So now it's going to be a battle with 1 minute to go. They're probably going to get another 2 laps, maybe even 3. So now that time by, Ty only gained a 10th. So now here they go into the washboard section. Lutz and Tessmann into the off-camber section they go. Through the mandatory blowout section. Looking very clean. Ty giving everything he's got. They are both just turned lap 100. Ty now less than a second. They are right there going through the double-double. Ty's going to try to look the inside. Ryan shuts the door. Going to the tabletop through the washboard section. Oh, Ty with a muscle move to the inside. Going to bump Lutz out of the way. What a muscle move. Good night. He found that door and he pushed it open right there. So now Tessmann to the lead with 10 seconds to go. He's now got a 2.1 second lead on the final lap. So now let's see what's going to happen as the clock is going to expire. 45 minutes is up. Going through the bowl section. Ty going through the mandatory blowout. Ryan giving it everything he's got, trying to close in through the staging area. Ty Tessmann going to take the win. Ryan Lutz going to finish in that number 2 spot. Spencer Rivkin in the 3. Joe Bornhorst in the 4. Tebo in the 5. Dakotah Phend in the 6. Fuller 7. Vail in the 8. Cavalieri 9. Heckert 10. Burkhalter 11. Boggs in the 12. Brunson 13. Kosciuszek 14. And LaFleur in the 15. All right, I need the top 5 immediately to podium, please. Top 5 and TQ to the podium, please. So I need Tessmann, Lutz, Rivkin, Bornhorst, Tebo, and Phend all report to the podium ASAP with your trucks.